is the Islamic Republic that is our common enemy, the enemy of all peace-seeking people in our regions, whatever nation they come from or whatever faith they practice. So I say to you, our friends across the Middle East, our region deserves so much better. But in order to succeed, first, this regime that has held us hostage for nearly half a century must go. The Middle East is all too familiar.
So now this part he's mentioning about the fears that people might have with regime change. So listen to this part. This is important. Saying the Middle East is all too familiar with
With
what?
turmoil and upheaval. So I know you might fear change will bring chaos, but fear not. We will not allow a power vacuum to follow the collapse of this regime.
So this is the most important. So first, this is why this speech was very well designed. Part of it was talking about the fact that the Islamic Republic is a threat to all of you. That's why you should be concerned about the Islamic Republic. That's why you should want regime change. So that was the motivation for why people should be against the Islamic Republic. This part is talking about why you might be the fears that the chaos that might come after regime change, the vacuum of power, the chaos that might, the internal struggle, maybe there will be civil war, maybe there would be, that's why a lot of people would be concerned with supporting a regime change. He's saying no, this is different from the other, from, for example, removing Saddam, because there would not be a power vacuum. He's trying to say that we, the Iranian people, will be there, and like him and other Iranian people will be there to make sure there's no power vacuum. He's saying it's different. And also the reason, the reason why removing these dictators or these terrorists from other places as leaders causes chaos is because the Islamic Republic was always there to fill the vacuum with terrorists, to fill the vacuum with agents of terror and chaos. But if you go for the head of the octopus, which is the mullahs in Tehran, if you remove that, then the power vacuum cannot be filled with more chaos like before, because the source of this chaos was the Islamic Republic itself. Do you understand? So, for example, when you remove Saddam from Iraq, one reason why you have so much chaos is because the Islamic Republic has been supporting and funding many terrorists in Iraq, and it's there to take advantage of the power vacuum. All of the chaos, I mean, most of the chaos, most of the terrorism is funded from Tehran by the mullahs in Tehran. So if you go for the head of the problem, for the source of all of this stability, then you're not going to see a similar result, because there's nowhere else for all of this chaos to come from. You have removed the major sponsor of terror in the Middle East. But also because he's saying the Iranian people and Reza Pahlavi himself is ready there to fill this vacuum of power with a liberal-minded, secular government that would bring peace and stability and good relationships with everyone in the region. That's what he's saying. So that's why he's saying this is different. So let's continue.
There is a vast coalition of patriotic Iranians at home and abroad ready to step in to serve our nation and make peace with our region. I have told my compatriots that I will do my duty. I will step forward at their call to oversee this peaceful transition to democracy and Iran's return to the community of nations.
So this part was very important because this was his first clear announcement that he was ready to lead. Like, he's announcing his leadership. He has never been so clear with regards to admitting that he would be a leader, that he would lead this opposition, that he would he would manage basically the transition period as a leader. This is because a lot of Iranians were never some Iranians were not sure, like, is he going to step forward? Is he going to accept leadership? This part of his speech was very important to Iranians because he has never been so clear when it comes to accepting the leadership of that transition period. So that's why This part of the speech was very influential to Iranian people, because so many people didn't know that is he just somebody who's supporting, is he just a political activist, or is he actually willing to be a leader for this transition period. And he this is where he announced it. Listen this to this part.
I have told my compatriots that I will do my duty. I will step forward at their call to oversee this peaceful transition to democracy and Iran's return to the community of nations. Peace is neither a relic of history nor a distant dream. It is a promise we owe to ourselves and our children, and together we can make it a reality.
All right, let me respond to your comments. Saying, as an Indian, I am quite apprehensive about an old adversary getting power in Tehran. Pahlavi Iran was hostile to India. Islamic Iran is friendly. So you're doing a logical fallacy here. This is Reza Pahlavi. Okay, so Muhammad Reza Pahlavi, Muhammad Reza Shah, and Reza Shah, they had some faults and they had some many good things about them. I would say on average more good than bad, but I would also admit that maybe they made, they also have made some mistakes. In general, the Iranian people like them because they brought a lot of education, a lot of modernization, industrialization, and economic growth, and a lot of freedom to Iranian people, and they also empowered Iranian women. That's why the Pahlavis are so beloved by Iranian people. Um, did they make other mistakes, including, I don't know, maybe a bad relationship with India? Maybe. Okay. But you cannot judge Reza Pahlavi based on the mistakes of their father. You cannot, or his grandfather. That doesn't make any sense. Reza Pahlavi is, if you go listen to his speeches, if you go read his books, he is very, very eager to have a good relationship with Iran's neighbors and Iran's neighbors and everyone in the region. He's just because he has also mentioned that some of the things that happened during his father's times should have not happened. He has criticized certain things about what his father has done. So you cannot judge the son. The reason why I'm saying the way that you're judging him is very biblical. You're judging the son based on the sins of the father. You cannot judge Reza Pahlavi based on what his father has done. You have to judge Reza Pahlavi based on what he himself is saying, and he is very eager to have a good to join the civilized world and have good relationship with all countries, including Israel, including India. So please judge him, but based on what he has said, not based on what experience you have had with his father. Let me look at this one. Saying, is there a way for non-Iranians to support this man? Yes, you could. You could tell people about him. You could post this video. This video, if you go on Twitter on Reza Pahlavi's Twitter account, this video is pinned right now to his Twitter account. It's at the very top, so you could basically go and share that video. That would be a good way for you to support this man. This is a very good introductory. That video is a very good introductory video. You could share the stream. Yeah, you can support this man by sharing liking the stream, sharing the stream, send it, because I show it, but I also analyze it. This is Reza Pahlavi's Twitter account, Reza Pahlavi, right? You can see, oh, look at his bio. Advocate for a secular democratic Iran. That's his bio. Advocate. He doesn't refer to himself as a crown prince or, like, I don't know, royal this or like he's a crown prince of Iran, but he doesn't refer to himself like that. He just refers to himself like you can see how humble he is. He refers to himself as an advocate, advocate for a secular democratic Iran. You can see that there's no reference to royalty, no reference to being a prince, no reference to any of that. He's like, he calls himself like as an advocate, like 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 me, like an like you, like me, right? So I like the humility here, but and also like the fact that the main thing that he highlights in his profile is a secular democratic Iran. And you can see this video that I just showed you is pinned to the why I haven't retweeted this. I should retweet this. Is pinned to his And he also released this on October 7th. That's also quite telling, right? Armin is is an agent of Mossad, and he's there for to destroy Iran. So don't trust them. Yeah, Mossad is not trying to destroy Iran. Mossad is basically targeting the Islamic Republic, and any hit against the Islamic Republic is basically saving Iran. It's a one step closer to saving Iran from the mullahs. So Mossad, I mean, I am not an agent of Mossad, but to be honest, I wish I was. I wish I was. But you could see the type of people here that are against us. They're saying, Armin, tell us in Reza Pahlavi is Muslim, and if he is, how can Muslims not be loyal to Islam? See, I as an atheist, I know Reza Pahlavi is a Muslim, but we don't care. I am against Islam, but what I care about is whether you're liberal minded and you're secular minded. When it comes to personal belief, if you're a Muslim, I will disagree with you on your Islamic belief, and I will argue against you as an atheist for why Islam is wrong, and I will tell you why I think. But when it comes to politics and whether I could work with you politically, what I care about is not anymore if you're Muslim or not. And when it comes to political activism, I care if you're secular and if you're liberal minded. And Reza Pahlavi is liberal minded and he wants secularism. He wants secularism for Iran. So I don't care that his personal belief, I disagree with him on his personal beliefs, and I'm always willing to debate against Islam. But when it comes to politics, all that matters is that he wants a secular Iran, meaning that religion has no influence in politics. So even though he personally is a Muslim, he's very eager to separate religion from politics. That's all I could ask for from a political perspective. And he wants a liberal standard to be brought to Iranian politics. That's all I care about when it comes to politics, right? Again, when it comes to individuals, if you're a Muslim, I'm always willing to argue, debate against you. But when it comes, yeah, this is why you have to separate political activism from individual debates when it comes to our ideologies and our views of the world. If you cannot separate that, then you are not a serious person when it comes to political activism. You don't understand how the world works, and you are not very smart, and you shouldn't be taken very seriously if you don't understand how to separate these things in your mind.